now we're getting there. We're not going to short any reps of practice. If somebody missed a rep of practice, we've got to make sure we get it at the end of practice. But pretty good day today. It was what I wanted. And, in this last week, we got to be clean, and see some high-level performances on both sides of the ball, and we're doing that. We're going to get back. We'll get this team ready to go to the standard that we believe Mississippi State football should be.
What about the defense today? After the day they had Saturday, kind of bouncing back today, so they're getting after it a little bit.
Yeah, and they have to. That's part of it right now. Consistency, and I think there's a lot of guys on the defense side of the ball that are leaders, have to be leaders for us right now, that are very inexperienced. Are still in their true sophomore year. They haven't been on campus for 2 years yet, and they're thrust into a leadership role just with some of our youth. So, they got to learn how to be leaders all the time and not let a whole day go on Saturday and wait to respond today, that they could just do it all the time.
So you were getting on the offensive line a little bit there. Was some of that just them not doing what you wanted, or was the defensive line really playing that well?
We'll see on film. I don't know. Probably maybe a little bit of both. And there's a standard on the offensive line around here, and that we play with, and that's the strength of our team. And even though there's some new guys and a lot of new faces in there, they're going to learn to play to that standard of what we, the strength of our team will always be the O-line. Whether we're young, old, inexperienced, that always needs to be the strength of our team.
Look over the tape over the last couple of weeks at the receivers. Has this been as most consistent they've been since you've been here? Or?
Yeah, because there's an understanding of a good group of them. There's still, and then I guess the other benefit is the young guys. There's some really talented young guys. So you see some flashes of the young talented guys, and the consistency of the older guys. Gives us finally a core. Hopefully, we're comfortable with going into the season.
How much of a difference does just that 1 year make with a lot of these guys, the receivers, that is?
Well, a lot of them had to play as freshmen. Yeah. They come back as sophomores and play again and realize, they think they're good because they played as freshmen. Then their sophomore year, they kind of, realize I'm not that good. And so I think that work ethic and that demeanor, how they changed their approach is really taking shape this spring.
Do you think they got it out of their system where they're not going to have a game in the future like the Auburn game where they're having 4, 5, 6 drops?
I hope so. I hope so. But, I just think hopefully there's more maturity so that one drop won't lead to more now. The leadership steps up to do those things.
You mentioned today was kind of a cleanup day, some things. What were some things from the scrimmages you worked on today that clean up?
One, just a lot of the pass defense, we had to get cleaned up. And then some other things offensively, some things that we haven't got enough maybe reps of during spring, or things we didn't do in the scrimmage. So we ran them a bunch today, and maybe that'll set you back because it didn't look great because we're maybe not running perfect plays into great plays into great looks, but we needed to get the reps done so the guys can learn.
That's the thing, because camp now, you've got a practice day, but also a team split-up day Thursday, then a spring game, and a brush. Camp's kind of running out now.
It is. That's why, Thursday's got to be a great day to finish it up the right way. And then, Saturday is the fun day. They get to hopefully have 40,000 people here, and, they get to go out and put on a show for everybody. Mm-hmm. And that's what Saturday is. So really Thursday's the big day. And Monday is kind of our non-padded last day where we get everything organized for the off season.
We saw some of the guys that were banged up. Lawrence got back out there. Devin Jones was back out.
It was good. Devin, they just had to put the club on him, and Cam probably did more today than we thought he would do. So that was good, and see how he feels tomorrow.
How do you format the draft Thursday? Who takes sides? What do you guys do there?
Well, we'll split up I'll split up the coaching staff, and onto their two teams, and then we'll put all the names. And we match names. So if somebody picks Chris Relf, the other team gets Tyler Russell. So you got to there's some strategy to all the draft of who you want and who you maybe want to make the other team have to take. So
you just set up the depth chart already right there. Chris Relf number 1, Tyler Russell's number 2 on the depth chart.
No, they're 1 and 2, so they go together, and then Favre and Dak Prescott go together, and Bumpus and Evans go together, that type of stuff.